Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. Boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. So the rumors are swirling that Tyson Fury may want Jake Paul next. Now, take it with a grain of salt, but the reason why several comments were posted about Tyson Fury possibly having his eye on Jake Paul is because Tyson Fury came out and actually approved of Jake Paul fighting Mike Tyson. Now, majority of people see this fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson as disgusting. They think this is just vile, and there are a lot of boxers and MMA fighters who feel that if they see Jake Paul, they don't know if they can control themselves and feel they may misplace their self-government and end up going to prison because they said they plan to beat the shit out of Jake Paul because they think that it's just atrocious that a 27-year-old is actually trying to fight one of the greatest fighters ever to lace up a pair of gloves at 57 years old. Now, I'm going to tell you like this. Mike Tyson can handle himself, but he's 57. You watch him walk around, you can tell this man, when we talk about boxing and how hard the training is on the body, how hard the sparring is on the body, and we go back to Mike Tyson, who started this shit as a kid, right? What was he, 10, 11, 12 years old, something like that? And to think of all the hard sparring sessions, hard training sessions from 12 all the way up to where he is now, where he still works out and tries to keep himself in shape. But could you imagine now, 40 plus years of that, right? And to get in the ring and try to fight a young, healthy, athletic guy like Jake Paul. I still favor Mike Tyson, but what I'm saying is, even I feel a kind of way about this, and I like boxing. I have a great sense of humor. There's a lot of things I don't see on this channel because you guys would probably be shocked that, wow, Hood Champion talks like that. But there's a line that I think we shouldn't cross. And for me, I just think with kids and the elderly are off limits. Although that's Mike Tyson, I just think that shit is corny. But we got to wait and see how it plays out. That's why with me, I'm kind of reserving most of my judgment. I want to see how it plays out. But the bottom line is, Mike Tyson feels that that fight is fantastic for boxing. So when he came out and said that, there are fans like, oh, so Tyson Fury has talked about doing exhibitions, and this could be the direction he's planning on going if he loses to Usyk. Now, I personally think Usyk is going to give Tyson Fury all he can handle. I don't know if he knocks Tyson Fury out, but we're going to find out just how much Deontay Wilder took out of Tyson Fury and just how much for Alexander Usyk, how much irritable bowel syndrome he has going into the fight. Because those are the two things in question. Tyson Fury's chin and the irritable bowel syndrome and balls on the neck that the Ukrainian suffers from. Now, Tyson Fury, I'm reading something now, right? But Tyson Fury is deemed one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. But he's not as great as Mike Tyson. There's a type of excitement and thrill Mike Tyson brought to the ring. No one's really been able to recapture that. It's like lightning was struck when Mike Tyson got in the ring. But for Tyson Fury, it's just, I just think you can compare the two except for the name. But anyway, even he knows on 20 July when Mike Tyson gets in the ring with Jake Paul, they're going to be fighting AT&T Stadium in Texas. He's just like, look, this is something that you can't get mad at Mike Tyson. If Mike Tyson wants to do it, then that's on Mike Tyson. He feels it's a spectacle for the sport of boxing, and he takes boxing in a positive direction. And he does give Mike Tyson his credit. He says, you got a legend in Mike Tyson. Then you have this guy, Jake Paul, who's a YouTube boxer who's come into the game and has blew it up. He didn't blow it up by fighting everybody. He blew it up because he knew he had a lot of followers, and he knew that he can get millions of views if he does with whatever he does. He just so happened to be able to capitalize with the sport of boxing. So he says, good, bad, and indifferent. It is what it is. And then he goes on and says he thinks it's a really good spectacle, brings a lot of people to the game. He says, who am I to say what Mike Tyson should or shouldn't do, or who he should and shouldn't fight? Good luck to them. They're both going to make what I call a shit ton of money. So it is what it is. I've been to that stadium. He said Billy Joe Saunders fought Canelo in the stadium, AT&T Stadium, where Mike Tyson going to fight Jake Paul. And he said it's going to be fantastic. They're going to put on a show. He doesn't know what's not to like. He doesn't understand why people are having an issue with it. But he says, don't forget, basically that Mike Tyson, the former undisputed heavyweight king. And he says, with Jake Paul, he says, listen, he was a kid on the Disney Channel. Now he's a guy fighting Mike Tyson. He's like, who wouldn't want to do that? So you got to admire them both. Now, whenever in boxing, boxing is a business. So when these guys come out and they start speaking so positively about situations and fighters, even for me, it makes me say, what's the real story here? Because Tyson Fury normally doesn't speak very positively about anyone. He either says it's not my business, or it's more like, it's not me business. Or he is out there saying something very aggressive and offensive about him. But the fact that he's out here and sounds to me and to many that he's supporting this, what I call a freak show, even though I will watch it, don't get me wrong, it has made some people suggest that Tyson Fury could be looking, if he can't get past Usyk, and even if he chooses not to have the rematch, to maybe hang it up, if Turkey Al-Sheikh will let him, and maybe go on and do an exhibition or something with a guy like Jake Paul. Because there's obviously a lot of money for anyone fighting Tyson Fury and for Jake Paul. And this could be where you see Canelo sit back sour, because Tyson Fury could end up, and Jake Paul could end up getting the 9-figure paydays. And Canelo could be sitting there all miserable with his tongue hanging out his mouth, wrapped around his head, dragging across his scalp, eating ice cream and shit. But that being said, nothing wrong with being an independent thinker, nothing wrong with coming out and giving your opinion on stuff. But does Tyson Fury, does he have one foot in boxing and one foot outside of boxing? Is he looking to go the Mayweather route after he gets one or two more big fights here in boxing, make as much money as he can, and then go out like Mayweather and take low-threat fights in an exhibition-type style and continue to make millions and millions of dollars? I don't know, but I do think it's a little fishy. They were even trying to spin it. Tyson Fury's going to come out and he's going to what's that shit called? I forgot what it's called. He wants to avenge his brother's defeat. Tyson Fury wants to come out and avenge. Yeah, they were saying his brother's defeat, Tommy Fury, but I'm like, Tommy Fury won the fight. And they're like, oh, it's his knockdown. Like he wants to avenge the knockdown. That sounds stupid to me. But anyway, we'll see what happens. But Tyson Fury, that man always seems to find a way to keep his name in the goddamn news and the media. But he supports it. Will he fight Jake Paul? I don't know. Anything's possible. Gypsy King does what he wants. And Jake Paul has been given a lane to do what he wants, obviously, because he's about to fight Mike Tyson. Y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.